Céline is a filmmaker and she joins us in the studio this afternoon.
Hi.
Hi, Céline.
How you
doing?
How you
doing?
I'm fine, very fine.
Good. So, how did you get into filmmaking?
Well, it's quite unusual because, I was always interested in telling stories. I wrote my first novel when I was 11, 12. But,
Novel?
yeah.
You're a writer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But, when it came to choosing my path in high school, I was also interested in science, so I studied science in university and I worked in science in research for a few years. And then in 2009, I decided that I wanted to be more creative and to work, not immediately in the film industry, but work more about what I was writing and all the stories I was making. And that's how I came to filmmaking. I was hired in a crew for a short film, and I found out that it was exactly what I liked to do and what I was passionate about. And that's how I came to filmmaking.
Okay. And what was your role? Were you a screenwriter or...?
No, at first, for my first short film, I was second assistant director. So I was more or less helping the director, managing the extras, and it was not really a creative role, but on that particular shoot, the director let me direct some of the actors.
Really? Direct?
Yeah, so I was really, really happy.
Did you get any training for that, or did you just...
Not really, no, not at all. It was more because I really liked the story that she had written, the director had written, so I was quite happy to be involved in more creative part.
Okay. So what was the film about at that time?
It was it's a kind of mix between it's difficult to explain. It was about a guy who fell in love with a girl, but he has quite a devil twin or brother, and the brother is trying to make him do nasty things. And
as a twin brother.
Yeah. Well, it's a quite complicated story, but well, it was really interesting. So.
Okay. Your upcoming film Sherlock Holmes and the Stolen Emerald. So, what made you want to make a film about Sherlock Holmes?
Well, Sherlock Holmes is the first British character I've ever known. When I was a kid, I was reading and watching films.
You were a fan?
Yeah, I was a big fan of Sherlock Holmes. For me, it was the character that can solve everything. And when I was a kid, I wanted to be a detective because of
detective.
I thought that for my first short film here in the UK, I wanted to really bring a really known character from the British literature. And I thought, okay, Sherlock Holmes, I have to write a story about Sherlock Holmes because I love him so much.
So what's this one about?
This one is about an emerald that was stolen in a fancy party, and Sherlock Holmes is called in this party to solve the crime. But my Sherlock Holmes is quite different from the Conan Doyle Sherlock Holmes because he's not really good as a detective, and actually it's Watson who solved the crimes and solved the mysteries. And Sherlock Holmes is more a show-off. He's more the kind of people, showing that he's the best detective in the world, but in the end it's Watson who does the work.
So, and you came up with that idea?
Yes.
Okay, so when are you looking to film this film?
So hopefully the shoot will be at the end of October. We hope so because right now we are raising money for the film. Because the film, the particularity of the film is that everybody will have steampunk costumes. So really, it's a kind of lot of work to make those kind of costumes because these are big, fancy, extraordinary costumes.
Oh yeah.
And right now we are raising money to do those costumes, and hopefully, if it works, then we will shoot at the end of October.
Oh, okay. And I assume you're going to direct this film?
Yes.
You're going to direct?
Yes.
And who's going to be casting in the film?
So I have a lot of actors because there are 10 characters in the
10
story.
overall. That's a lot
And
for a short film.
Yeah, that's a lot because, well, it's a silent film, and in silent film you often have a lot of subplots. And I introduce a lot of subplots in the short film, so in all those subplots I have a lot of different characters, so I don't have only Sherlock Holmes and Watson and a thief. I have also the woman who had the emerald at the beginning, and for that particular part I have an actress. Her name is Canelope, and she's quite, well, getting known actress. I'm really sure that she's going to win a lot of prizes because she's really a very good actress and she's a good friend of mine, and she agreed to play in the film, so I'm really happy about that. And we have also, well, Sherlock, who's going to be played by Edward Doe, and Watson is going to be played by David Ford. And well, I have 10 other 10 other actors. So yeah, that's you can find the full cast on our website, I'd say.
Okay. And what are the projects I've got coming up?
Oh, well, I have a lot of projects coming out. Probably the next one will be another short film about harassment at work. So a completely different subject.
Harassment at work.
Yeah. Very, very dark, and well, hopefully longer than this one. Also, I am writing also a web series about magic.
Magic?
Yeah, a kind of parody of Harry Potter, let's say.
Oh, so you into witchcraft?
Yeah, I love it. And well, maybe later a feature film that I have the idea, I haven't written yet, but everything will need some money for a starter. So.
Yes, it does. And how can listeners follow your work?
Well, you can follow work on Twitter first. We have a Twitter account. It's Stolen Emerald, easy to find.
Stolen Emerald.
We have also a Facebook page, Sherlock Holmes and the Stolen Emerald. You can, I think if you type the title of the film on Google, you will find also the Facebook page quite easily. We have a website, on my personal website. It's www.celineterranova.com/Sherlock. I think I have to spell that maybe for the people.
Yeah, if you have to spell that one first.
Céline Terranova, it's CELINETERRANOVA.com/Sherlock. And well, the most important is our campaign, our funding campaign on Indiegogo to raise money for the costumes for the film, and it's indiegogo.com/Stolen Emerald.